I got some more work to do on the bike. I wanted to show you what I'm going to be changing out. The back brake light was good when it lasted. It was no way of really mounting this to the frame. I could probably tie wrap it or strap it with a hose clamp or something, but yeah, it was good for it served a purpose. I went and picked this up for a few bucks on Amazon. It's a rear tail light for a motorcycle, but you know, it's fine for an e-bike. It's all LED. It actually has turn signals built in it that I'll eventually wire up. One thing it doesn't come with instructions. Obviously, I know that this plate here is supposed to be hanging underneath for the plate, for the license plate, because there's a backlight that shines on it. Unfortunately, I don't really need that. The holes were already in this plate that's on the bike, so I could just basically bolted it up there, and it's solid, right? Didn't come with the wiring instructions, so basically I had to figure it out myself. Green for ground obviously is black. Brown and green are, I believe it's running lights, and then there's brake lights is red and green. The white and yellow are turn signals, so I'll be wiring them into the turn signals to go at the same time, but if I can show you it working there. Actually, I can just turn the bike on. There we go. As you can see, there's a license plate light on there. Shines through the top there. Don't really need it, so I'm going to leave it. It's just to make it street legal, and it doesn't look like total crap. Here's the other thing we need to change out. This is the turn signals, horn, and lights. I don't have the lights actually hooked up. They basically come on when the bike comes on. That's the way it's going to stay. What I did here is I basically just cut it off here, screwed it to the handlebars, and burnt 2 holes through the plastic and tie wrapped it for now. It held pretty good. It's not going anywhere. But it still doesn't look right, so I went and picked this up for a few bucks on Amazon. The only thing I don't like about this compared to this one is the turn signals. This is more convenient when you push it and you need to shut it off. You just push the button. You know what I mean? It centers itself out. This one here, it doesn't have that feature. This is basically just a switch, and you're going to have to concentrate. You're going to have to stop, or look what you're doing, center it. So it's not as safe as the pushing of the button, but it'll do. And that's your, I believe that's your front light switch, and just your horn. I'm hoping I can just slip this in between the brake and the grip. Because if I don't, I'm going to have to hack off the mirror mount and file it down just so I can slip this past it, which is going to suck because it's going to have to be like so smooth just to get this by. And this bracket here has got to come off, but they do come off pretty easy. This one here came off no problem. I got to file it down, give it a touch up of paint, but that's what I'm up to right now. So I'm going to start pulling that apart and figure out where the wiring goes. None of this stuff came with wiring diagrams, which is kind of pathetic. I have to figure out myself. Well, it didn't exactly go as I had planned. This one broke off no problem. It's following the little pieces left there. Not a big deal. And then I'll touch it up with paint. Like, I'm not keeping these bars anyway, so. When I went to cut through halfway through it, and I went to snap it off, it took a piece of the, took a chunk of the bars. Bars are apparently really thin, but it's not like so thin that I'm worried about it bending when I'm riding, so it'll be fine. I'll be able to run this up to the hole and clamp it down and give it a little bit of strength. But that was unexpected. Cheap metal. So I'll keep going. I gotta take all this off and probably stick a screwdriver in here and spray some goop in there just to get this grip off. It's pretty tight. Well, that turned out pretty good. It turned out like I knew it would. I had to file it down quite a bit, but as you can see, it overlaps the hole, so you can't really see that. You can give it a little bit more strength. It's pretty sturdy, and you can get at it with your fingers. So that's before and after. Much better, nice and clean. This here, I'm just going to finish filing this down when I got the time, till it's flush. A little bit of weld there, and then I'll buff the rust off of it and either touch it up with paint. Same with over here. For now, it'll do. So now I have to figure out the wiring. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be the same color. If it is, I'll be surprised. I think we got, wow, there's a lot of colors here. What I'll probably end up doing is I'll put it on the meter and then I'll find out which is the left and right first and go from there. Okay, well, I figured out the wiring, some of it anyway. Blue and white are the buttons. So white and white's probably either the lights or the horn. Red, yellow, and green are for left and right. I believe it's yellow that's center pin, and then your red and your green are left and right. So we're just gonna wire them up to right there. Yeah, they might actually, color coding might be the same, except for the blue, but the orange and the green we can. Yeah, we'll try it out. Our pin was blue and green, and then yellow for left and right, or orange for left and right. So, as you can see, it's ready to solder up. Warm up the soldering gun. I'll show you what it looks like when it's fired up. I got the back wired up just for testing. The front one working there. And that's with half the brake light is working with it. Same with the other side. Good enough. So that's done. Solder that up, and I'm going to figure out the horn without actually setting off the horn. Okay, I think we are done for now. The white coming off this is the green button for the horn, and I didn't hook up the red. So we'll just quickly check the turn signals, make sure they're all working properly. Front and back. Yep. To the right. Back. All soldered up. And last but not least, the horn. And there you go. That's it for now, guys. Later.